Hey guys, it's E-Man, or you can call me Lionheart, and the Kinetic Sect Titans are no more. But the Entei Empire rises. That's right, we are now the Entei Empire, and with the new name, I decided to join a Wi-Fi league. This league has been going for 31 whole seasons, which is insane. This means we're not only fighting skilled players, but players who have gone through all the metas and have been playing since Gen 7. They have a lot of experience. Anyways, let's get into the rules and what we drafted. The rules are more complicated than usual. You see how the draft started with an AD tiered system, and since they have been playing since the site, it's no different. We get to choose one paradox, it being its own tier, one tier 1, one tier 2, two tier 3s and two tier 4s, and one tier 5. Now we get 1,000 points also to use for our free picks. We could choose from any tier, but they all cost a set amount. But the thing is that we have to draft 12 mons. And if we make playoffs, we will have to do 2 battles with the same person. One where we use 6 mons, and another where we use the other 6. So we need to have a good 12. That being said, let's get into our picks. I got 6th pick this first round, and this means with this crazy meta, since there's such amazing mons like Flutter Main allowed, I was pretty much guaranteed something crazy. So I grabbed the Speed Demon Deoxys Speed. Deoxys Speed, in my opinion, is one of the best draft mons right now. Due to its speed, mons that aren't base 100 speed can't even outspeed with Scarfed. And mons that are base 100, it would depend on how much speed we run. The reason this mon is so amazing is because it gets in an absolute amazing move pool, with also being able to be mixed with both great stats all around. The big reason I call this mon one of the best, or the best, is because it's the most unpredictable. With me being a full offensive mon or support mon with Thunder Wave with spikes, rocks, and it can trade with any mon with this support set. Now my next mon is a mon that you guys are familiar with, but a mon that I have became a comfort pick for me, and it's Greninja. Now Gren not only fills what I want, with it giving me a dark type with Dio, but also I love the fact that they both serve the same purpose. So if I want to run a support Dio that week, I can run offensive Battle Bond Gren. And if I want to run an offensive Deoxys that week, I can run a support Gren with spikes. And yes, I can run Protein and Battle Bond. Also, I don't feel like I need to mention that much about Gren, because if you watched my TDL draft league, you could see how amazing and busted this mon is. So let's just skip to the next mon. Now I want to get my Paradox mon, and a mon that also works extremely well with Deoxys Speed. I would say this is up there as one of the strongest duos to pick up in draft. I'm of course talking about Iron Hands. Iron Hands gives us an incredible amount of bulk, with bulk on both defensive and super def if we want AV. Not to mention getting a fighting type for the Dark Mons to deal with Deoxys. This mon is really dumb in draft due to having an insane attack stat, but also an amazing move pool, and due to that incredible defense stat. It makes this mon like pretty much impossible to kill and really easy to break with. Now my next mon was the Gimmick mon, and what I mean by that is that almost every starter had its own tier in tier 3, and you have to draft one and give it Terra Stellar. This means we have to use most of our Terra points to get one of these, and there are a lot of good mons. But I went with the best mudfish ever, Swampert. Swampert is such an amazing mon in draft due to it being just like most of our mons, and having the ability to be either special, physical, or support, or most of the time, all the above. Most importantly is that it's a bulky support mon with its new move Flip Turn and Stealth Fox, giving us momentum and great coverage. This makes it basically able to wall one mon we feel like due to all the great themes I mentioned. And of course, we gotta give it Terra Stellar, which is actually incredible with this offensive Swampert. Like Banded Swampert could be stronger than a Lycanroc, or a Deoxys, or even Iron Hands. And yes, that's right, I did say Lycanroc, because my next pick was Lycanroc Dusk. Now Lycanroc Dusk is an incredible mon. It has basically 0 switch-ins, and still to this day, has 0 switch-ins. The best part, and the main reason why I drafted it, was because we can give it Terra. And Terra is free Terra, which means I can give this any mon, any Terra type. That's right, this mon that already has 0 switch-ins, now pretty much has every move and its ability. This mon, I think, will speak for itself, and if you ever played draft, you also probably know how busted and stupidly strong this mon is. There's a reason why this is not allowed with Terra. I would debatably say this is equal level as Terra Dragonite, and we get to have that power. At this point, I started using my free picks to make sure I can lock in 8 good mons. With that being said, I went with a mon that I'm incredibly comfortable with, and that is Amoonguss. Now I don't think I need to talk much about Amoonguss since most players know what this annoying mushroom does. Basically it does Spore, Toxic, Foul Play, Giga Drain, or Sludge Bomb. This is such a basic set, however it's impossible to break. And it's been running this set ever since Gen 5 and still the exact same set. And the main reason why it's running the same set, because like I said, it's pretty much uncountable. With the only real counter to this set is, well, pretty much safety goggles. But if I'm Sludge Bomb, we can reverse that around. Another really nice thing about this mod is that it gets the best ability in draft ever, Regenerator. This means we also now have an ultimate pivot mod to get our big threats in. And every time we swap out, we heal back all that damage we took. Now this mod has a whole story, or how I got it. But I don't want to make this video a whole journey on how I got this mod. Anyways, I was able to get Scizor, which I am super happy about. Scizor is such an amazing mod even without Roost. This mod hits incredibly hard with no investment at all. And of course, having a pretty good amount of bulk with only one weakness in the game. And due to that Technician ability, it makes any move we feel like choosing really strong against our opponent. This mod also has such amazing potential with Sword Stance and Bullet Punch to just win most games. And the best part is the really hard hitting U-turns this mod can do. This mod really is so amazing for not having a busted a gimmick or move, or anything of that matter. This mod also gets defog, which is really nice if we ever want to be a bulky set. Now I really need bulk since my team is just a bunch of sweepers right now. So I ended up picking up the Big Bird Mandibuzz. This mod does such an amazing job at being a wall with a great typing, giving it ground immunity, and having Roost toxic to wall anything that's not steel. Not to mention that Mandibuzz is one of the best defoggers in Gen 9 right now. So the core of Mandibuzz and Amoonguss will easily be enough for our bulk. However, I don't want this to be our only bulk, so I drafted another bulky mon. And that means we're going to talk about our next pick immediately, being Guja. Now I really wanted to use this mon for a while now in draft. It has such amazing stats, with its one bad stat being speed, which doesn't really matter on this mon due to it being so bulky. Not to mention that it gets pretty much every move you want on both special and physical sides, giving us a lot of ways to check multiple bonds with Guja. This mon also has such a good ability being Sap Sipper, making it have a grass immunity, so Guja and Gren make such a great duo. Who knew the Gen 6 boys would be a good duo? Now I ran out of 3 points, so it was time to draft some lowish tier mons. However, this next mon we draft I don't think is a low tier mon at all. And it's Talonflame. This will now give us 3 defoggers now in a gen with barely any hazard removal, so that's incredibly nice. But this mon is mainly if we want to run a full HO team, with it being our support mon most of the time, but having the ability to outspeed and revenge kill, with it also hitting incredibly hard with those flare blitz. But it also has the ability to be a support set with Willow and Defog. But this mon can also punish pretty easily with its 30% chance to bonus Flame Body. I am really excited to use Talonflame with this team, and I think it's going to be really fun using it. Now I needed a fairy type, and the only thing I could really grab was the yummy good boy Dash Bun. This mon is the definition of support. Wish, Baton Pass, Fire Immunity for Scizor, which makes an amazing duo, such an amazing defensive stat being able to wall anything physical, and Body Press. This mon is just to heal mons that can't heal, like our Iron Hands or Scizor or Greninja. Mon does such an amazing job though at being a support mon, and plus, it's a good boy. And for our last mon and our last Terra Captain I drafted was Trevenant. This mon in the lowest tier was kind of a steal, since this mon just sits in front of whatever and clicks Leech Seed and gets Harvest, which means I have infinite health. And the fact that I got Poltergeist is a big buff, making him hit really hard. This mon is such a menace, and the fact that we can tear it can pretty much make it where we can wall anything we feel like. I feel like this was the perfect mon for our last team, since they could just dwindle everything out and then make our big threats come in and finish the job. That was my team for Season 31 Watermelon League. I am so incredibly happy with my team, and I'm even more excited to be using it in such a great league with such a nice amount of people. I can't stress how much they have helped me with setting everything up in the Wi-Fi League. And of course, our first of many Wi-Fi Leagues. If you have any opinions or anything you think I should use during this entire season, please tell me in the comments below. I would love to hear them. With that being said, I'll see you guys in week 1, where we have to fight a really scary team. Later!